forum for you to ask me any questions relating to fitness and nutrition business. So, this is your opportunity to ask anything. I know there's a lot of people right now and they're a little stressed and there's a lot of question in the head regarding their career as a fitness professional or nutritionist and even for their business. Some individuals out there already had a little business. They was already venturing out into entrepreneurial land with their maybe one client, five client, 25 clients, or let's say the following of people and they was doing a boot camp in the park or renting a space to have the classes, etc. I know this is rough times. We all know this. This is global. This issue with what's going on invisible that we have no control of have affected all of us, not just New York City or LA. It affected Brazil and the Caribbean and Europe and Asia, all over the world. This have affected everybody. So I'm opening the forum for anyone who may have any questions that you may have and you want some form of clarity. Feel free every single Thursday. You know what I'll do? I'll set a specific time. I'll set a certain time and tell me if it's best for you, and we will try to go according to a specific time every Thursday. So I got some questions. Um, Again, you could type in the chat, and you could let's see here. You could ask me any question you may have, so I could answer them. I've been getting a lot of questions. However, I'll try to answer some that I have. Just make sure I make some notes of them because I got like the same set of questions, which is very similar to each other, and I'll try to answer those questions. And for anyone who have questions right now, type it in, and I'll answer them as well. Do I have a timeline? No, I don't have a timeline. When I feel to stop, I stop. Okay. Okay. So the first question I got, which was unique, which is what's the fate of the fitness industry and will it ever really come back? Well, to answer that question, that is kind of, I'm not Nostradamus, so I can't really predict, or I should say, foretell. But by just looking how things is working, you could kind of predict almost 80% of where the direction of fitness is going right now. We could see it. We all could see it. We saw the signs in February and we refused to accept it. And March we saw it came on heavy and we still refused. April, May, no, June. Going forward, to be if you're still refusing to see it, you have to be a fool. Not calling you a fool, but if you choose not to see where the industry is going, you need to open your eyes and wake up. Fitness as we know it have changed. Period. Period. There's many gyms right now. All the legendary gyms such as Gold Gyms. You know Gold Gym, the gym that Arnold Schwarzenegger used to train and Sylvester Stallone, all those icon guys and girls, they are filing bankruptcy. Yeah, those iconic gyms like Gold's Gyms. What about 24-hour fitness? They are considering bankruptcy right now. We have Crunch Gym. Not only going into bankruptcy, but is actually trying to sell the business to somebody else right now as you speak. These is iconic gyms. Plush, some of them very plush and fancy, and especially if you come to those in New York City, they're closing the doors. 3 months plus in, and they're already rock bottom. Membership have slashed more than They say what 92% or something like that. Crazy, crazy. So they can't even pay the rent or nothing or the personnel or they cannot do none of that. You have to pivot. And many of them are still waiting to be open to pivot. Well, the scary part is this that people, the clients, the members, they're afraid for themselves. They're afraid to work out in the gym because of the scare by the media and those guys. They're afraid and are fearful for themselves, and they're fearful that they may bring something home to their loved one. So they ain't coming back. Or if they do come back, it's so minute, so small. The gyms themselves, they're thinking about having a device in the gyms where they can read your temperature and see if you you have a fever to kind of detect if you may have COVID or weird. I'm telling you, weird, crazy weird. You now people will feel uncomfortable or they they had to adjust to this new thing to just work out, and then the gyms are planning to. This is just to answer the question, right? Gyms are even planning to set time blocks, like some of those small group boutique gyms may have boot camp and like berries. They're planning to do it like that similar method or format where they have block time. People come in, only can spend that allotted time, and after that allotted time, they have to leave. They clean down the facility, and then they bring in the next group of people. Let's see how that works. Let's see how that works. So people are afraid. Gyms are filing bankruptcy, and then personal trainers by themselves. You have to say the 6 feet apart thing, and many of them already so accustomed getting close to the clients to kind of put them in the proper position and format, and it'll be kind of awkward. And if you sneeze, God bless you. Woo, you're afraid to sneeze or cough now. This is crazy. This is crazy. Would your clients feel comfortable working out with a mask? Mask could increase what they call it hypoxia, which is a type of condition that you experience where you start to with the lack of oxygen, where things tend to be confusing, where people could faint. Things have changed, and you have to get with grip with that notion that fitness, nutrition, that the old school way, which was a couple months ago, that is done, totally done. So, is it coming back to normal? No. Long story short, no. The fate of the fitness industry, as we know it, is dead. It's dead. You might be saying, Joel, it's too early to call it. It's too early to call it. I'm walking around my city, New York City, and I'm seeing not just because the state tell us to close the gyms, I'm seeing gyms emptying out, completely empty, take out all the equipment and trying to sell it on eBay. That's how crazy it is. It's crazy. So many gyms right now in this mecca of New York, where the fitness business is really healthy, the gyms are closing the doors forever. So will it be different? Yeah, things will be totally different from now on. I can guarantee that much. You know? So I hope I answered that question. The fitness industry would never get back to normal as we know it. Things are starting to pivot into a different direction, and you need to see that opportunity, see the trends, and be part of that first wave, and you will be successful. Hope I answered that question. I know that was a mouthful. Okay, so second question I got. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me turn this mic so I. Okay. Let me try to turn this mic more this way. Okay. So next question, this one is very similar. It's a couple questions I find is very similar to each other, and I try to get those questions and bundle them up and try to answer them collectively. So that's why I might be a little longer in answering some of the questions, is because of I'm getting a lot of similarities in questions, and I'm trying to answer all of them in one. But guys, if you have any questions, feel free and just put in the comments, and I'll answer them right now. Let me just look. Let me just look here. What other questions we have coming in? Okay. Let's see. Okay. I like that question. Let me see here. Okay. So the next question I think is really cool, and I should answer that one is how could I deliver my service effectively online? So we all know that pivoting online is key. Yeah? So the question is, how can I deliver my service effectively online? How should I start? I think number one is you being creative. Yeah, it's a different way of giving your message, or delivering your message when you're online. It's totally different, and you need to bring your creative juice in. You might say you don't have a creative bone in your body, but if you're a fitness professional, you're a people person, you will have a little creativity in you. Be creative, and that creativity could come in many forms, many ways to be effective online. You don't need a studio. Again, you could have a spare room, a garage, the backyard, the living room, the kitchen floor. You could be anywhere to deliver that service. So you have to just think creative. Even if you have no equipment, using your own body weight, you are the expert, and people are looking at you for the information. So you need to be creative with the launches and the squats, and even increasing the tempo, and let's say even trying trying some old school methods, like isometric workouts. And you just need to be creative in the way you're delivering it, and that will help you a lot. I think the next thing is be clear when you're communicating, because now you're not in front of them. You miss that close connection. So you have to be clear with your message. So usually you might say, okay, I want you to do a launch. You're doing a launch into a air squat. That could be a bit confusing. So you need to be very clear and precise and demonstrating your message. Clarity is key. If you're starting to confuse the client, they may stick around with you for 1, 2, 3 weeks, and they're like, no, I'm okay. So for you to deliver effectively, you need to be clear. Clarity. You could still give effective workout, but being clear. Clear communication to your prospects and your clients. Still within this, I think, what should I say, man? I think you should over deliver. That is one of the thing, and bringing your A game. Let me just address the A game first. In person, your energy comes off totally different. On camera, it could your personality could decrease by maybe 10 times. So you need to be bubbly, be you, but 10 times more. So it could come out to the camera to them and they could see and feel your energy. So come with your A game every single time you show up. And that is certain ways you could be effective and over deliver. You say you're giving training and you do, I don't know how you plan to deliver your training or your services, but whatever you promise, give more. So in return, they could they see the value that you're giving, they experience your the results, and in return to them, they're getting an effective workout because you're clear. Yeah. You're very clear in communicating with them. You're very creative. You're bringing your A game and your motivation and your leadership skill online, and you're over delivering your what you promise. So I hope I answered that question: how to deliver your service online effectively. You see, I might be watching from side to side because I have like three screens trying to look and see all the comments from different mediums, social media. So, hope I answered that question. Let's look at, let's see, do we have time? Yeah, we could still go on. Let me see, what other question? Okay, let's answer this question. I like this one. Okay, we know that pivoting online is the way to go, but what service provider is best to use? Hmm. I like that question, and I know that might be a question in your mind as well. I'll tell you this. Being this is coming from here, talking to a friend. I'm not giving you no fluff and no frills. I'm not trying to sell you on nothing because everything I'm talking about, I'm talking from the heart and I'm talking about my personal experience as well. Be simple. Be simple. You don't need the lights for now. You don't need a fancy camera for now. You don't need no fancy mic or system or setups. Forget about it. Be you. Bring your A game. Be simple. So, what provider could you use to deliver your service? I say stuff like WhatsApp, Facebook Live. It have Facebook Rooms. We have Google Meet. We have Skype. And all this stuff is free. And there's more I could list. So you see, I'm trying to show you you could be still stay simple and deliver a huge impact that it could impact people's life. They could still see results because people still want to work out and still want to get in shape. Be simple. Yeah, you could go and do the Zoom stuff. But if you are short on money or finance and you're pinching every dollar, but you still have certain clients want to come back on board or want to try you out, be simple. No need to be flashy. Google Meet could give you, it's very sleek. It's very, I should say, minimalist. They don't have much bells and whistles, but it gives you exactly what you need. So if you're training in groups, you could have up to 100 people at one time delivering your service. So let's say you do your marketing well and you get 100 people to train with you or to coach online at only, listen, at only $20. Let's drop it down lower at only $10 per session. I know. That's $1,000. And they're training with you 3 times a week. Do the math. Do that math. That's 3,000. And you multiply that by 4. You could see you could be making a comfortable living. And I'm talking very minimum. because you're worth more than $10. I know you're worth more than $10, but I was dropping it so cheap that you could see where you could be and the money you can make and how that could help you out right now in this crazy economy. So you could use again Zoom, you could use Skype, Facebook, Facebook rooms, FaceTime, Google Meet. Use anything that is cheap for now. I'll recommend go cheap as possible or free until you build your own tribe that is so much, and then you want to bring the bells and whistles and look fancy. But there's no need to look fancy. I heard this from a good friend of mine. I should say something like a mentor, like somebody I admire. I should say, not really mentor. Admire somebody I admire his work, and he said, "Scrappy is the new perfect. You just need to deliver. Just start and deliver. That's it. That's all. And if you could do that, you're well on your way to getting back on your feet, starting to make money again from home. This time you don't have to leave home. From home, you have more time on your hand. You know, as a fitness professional, we have all these big gaps in between the days. Now you have more free time to spend with your loved ones and by yourself if needed and do the things you want to do. Maybe work out more at home or take a walk in the park. Whatever you want to do, you'll have more time to do such, making much more money as well. So, guys, I think I'll wrap it up today. I've been talking for a while. It seems like there's a lot of questions more, but I think I'll do that for next week, Thursday. So if you have any question, each and every Thursday I'll be answering them. Just come by or send me the questions even in advance, and I'll pick most likely yours, and I'll address it on every Thursday. Q&A Thursday. Guys, hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you really enjoyed. I enjoyed. I always enjoyed. Although this is crazy world we live in, I'm enjoying spending time with you. I hope you enjoy spending time with me as well. Until next week, peace and success in your fitness business.